MeshFusion now supports constant width along any strip or strip segment. Here's a very simple model with a nice constant width strip that's created when this box intersects with this ellipsoid. But achieving that constant width requires trimming the geometry in a very specific way. And that can be made clearer if we simply reduce the strip width, which you'll notice is specified in millimeters here, to 0. And you can see that when the strip is narrow, we get a kind of a knife edge here where the box clips off the ellipsoid. So as we begin to widen the strip, it's required that we cut away more of the geometry along that sort of knife edge there to give the new wider strip room to work. And you can see that happening here as I widen the strip. A little bit more of that knife edge gets cut away, again to accommodate the width of the strip. Now that may all seem pretty natural, and it is, but when you have geometries meeting at very sharp angles, accommodating constant width strips that are relatively wide can have a very dramatic effect on the shape and size of the intersection and the resulting geometry. So we've given you some options for controlling just how strict that enforcement of constant width along the length of the strip has to be. Of course, you can move your objects, move the cutting surface in this case, and you sort of regain some of that upper part of the ellipsoid. But perhaps more importantly, we've also included a parameter for adjusting the strictness of, if you will, of this constant width, allowing it to get narrower as the angles of intersection increase. And you can see that in play here as I adjust this constant width setting. As I adjust it, it allows that strip to narrow as the angle increases towards that knife edge, and it's kind of a natural effect and can sometimes be necessary just to avoid really radical changes in your intersection if you try to enforce constant width, especially with very wide strips.